So what would you like to see, Danita? It is a housing crisis. Whether we look at people trying to buy a house for the first time, we try to look at people trying to rent a place. It's just difficult every angle. What would you like to see?
Well, Tim, it's all about supply. It's the supply of housing. It's as simple as that. It's a problem that's been decades in the making. We don't blame this government, but we do recognise that they have said that we need to resolve supply. Our concern is that they are not pulling all the right policy levers in the right direction to get the outcome. So we know, for example, that we need to urgently solve our approvals process. We know that's a state and territory responsibility. We know there's a bit of money on the table from the federal government to assist them on things like critical infrastructure, but we do think more needs to be done in that space. We need more people, and it's great that we've been able to focus on skilling Australians, but equally we need a freed up skilled migration system that focuses on tradies. We also need to ensure that we have smarter planning and zoning that enables us to go up as well as out. And we also need a better industrial relations system. And kudos to the opposition leader who recognised that the significant changes made by this federal government have a handbrake on productivity and means that it takes us longer and it's more expensive than to build. So we've also got to look at workplace relations reform as well. We've got to backtrack on what's been occurring over the last 18 months, particularly with the removal of the ABCC, particularly with the curtailing of independent contractors. There is more debate in those spaces over the next 12 months as we lead into the election.
You've touched on it a few times. Where are we at with workforce shortages? Of course, highlighted by the pandemic, but that's almost a couple of years now.
Yeah, materials are fine, but workforce shortages just continue to become worse. We lose 8% of the workforce every year, but only replace it with 4%. Part of that is because of the baby boomers, but part of it is because we've got to do better in our culture. But we need more people. We're estimating another 500,000 new entrants over the next 3 or 4 years. Build Skills said the other day we need, which is an agency of government, 90,000 new tradies in 90 days to meet the 1.2 million. These are huge, huge numbers of a current workforce of 1.3 million. And so we've got to do every effort we can to get people back into the industry, encourage them into the industry. And I'm still really concerned that our education system simply does not comprehend the opportunities there for our kids. Someone was telling me the other day they were going to a builder, going to Spruik. The great thing about the industry, encourage apprentices, wrote to 45 high schools in his area. Only 8 got back to him interested in him coming and talking about trades. Huge opportunities for people of all ages. And of course, we've got to encourage half the working population, and that is women, to the industry. And it's been great to talk about women this week at a big lunch yesterday and seeing some amazing female tradies really trying to lead the charge in that space.
Oh, and women play such an important role, don't they, in the building industry, Building Women's Careers program. I know that you've welcomed that, of course, at every level, from management all the way to the tools.
Absolutely. It's the stories I heard yesterday, and we hear them around the country all the time. We've got a fantastic program, Women Building Australia. It's been going now for 5 years. We undertake mentoring, attend careers expos, really trying to get women to understand the opportunities there. And it's interesting, in our recent publication, we talked about the fact that the majority of entrants into the building and construction industry for women are actually those over 30. They're looking at it as a new career opportunity. A lot of them want to set up their own businesses because of the flexibility you have of being your own boss. And that's why we were scathing of the new independent contracting provisions that came through in February that have yet to be implemented in law, yet to start. And that's of concern to us.
finally, on a bright note, it's an industry that all Australians should be very proud of, isn't it? The building industry. We do some remarkable work in this country.
Every single building we walk into is built by our builders, our tradies, the professionals that support them. It is quite extraordinary what we do in this country. We have, despite our frustrations, one of the best building codes in terms of safety and well-being of the people that utilise buildings, and we should be proud of it. And it's an amazing industry. I've now worked in it for 7 years. I've got family that have worked in it for a number of generations. I can't think highly enough of it. I know I'm encouraging my boys to get into the industry. Whether they do or not, it's another question, but huge opportunities that we're encouraging people to do so. And as our population grows, there's more to do. And I don't know about you, Tim, but I think AI is not going to be taking over the building of a school or a house anytime soon. So there's still jobs there for those. I don't know about us.